Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, and what an exciting prospect we have here. We're back on F1 2013, just 1 week out from the start of the new AOR Season 10 League on this, a game with engine sounds. Of course, we are doing a social here in Melbourne. Jim Jake, the Red Bull driver, taking a very dominant pole position. My teammate lines up alongside him, and I am in P4 of 9. So let's see what happens here as the lights go out. 4, 5, and off we go. Looks like a pretty even start between all the top 4 at least, although I do get a bit sideways there and lose some ground. Let's see what happens into turn 1. No collisions in front until I say that, of course. My Spanish teammate collected there, and that was unfortunate for him and Dan the Snake. We move up to P2, and Pepper is right behind us, our former teammate from last season. And he had a go at us there, and it was possibly a bit of lag. I didn't feel any contact, but he got a little bit sideways and lost some ground. Looking on the mini-map here, we see on lap 4, he decides to make his mandatory pit stop. Going from options to primes, they are the medium, so 2 compounds difference. We follow him in the next lap, and look to see if we can come out in front. And indeed we do. Not sure where he is, but he must have had an incident on that lap. A few laps later, we've caught up to Defiant, who made an alternate strategy call, starting on the prime tyre, and slow in this phase of the race. So I need to make an overtake at some point, or possibly wait for him to pit, which should likely be this lap. But I had some DRS, time to test out how the lag is, and it didn't seem that bad, although I did make a mistake there and lock up. Having a bit of trouble with lockups, and that was so close. I was understeering towards him. It felt like a ferry trying to keep out of the Toro Rosso's side pod there, and I just about managed it. Anyway, I'm back on his gearbox by the end of the lap, hoping he's going to pit here, although I think the DRS will see me safely past, given how close I am. But yes, the British driver is into the pits, and we are back up to P2. Let's see what the gap is to Jim Jake ahead. 14 seconds, so quite a big gap. We're not going to be challenging him. We do close the gap a little bit, but then again it does blow out towards the end of the race as I suffer with tyre wear. Not really used to having to deal with it on this game, haven't played it in ages. And in the penultimate corner I make another mistake there, locking up, and Dan the Snake is almost ready to pounce. He's right behind. He'll have DRS. Actually he won't, because the detection was before my lockup. But across the line, let's see who gets second. It looks like I might have shaded it, but apparently he did, although he had a penalty there. The next race was at Suzuka, and this time I did manage to get the qualifying times. And Jim Jake with a consecutive pole position there. That was in the dry. Of course, it's raining now for the race. It's a whole different matter. I managed to get P2, my Spanish teammate there in P5. So let's see what happens in this second social race. 2 25% races instead of the usual 1 50% race, that we'll be partaking in the actual season. So the revs build for this wet race. This could be absolute chaos, given I haven't driven rain in so long, given that last season's AOR was not dynamic weather, it was purely clear weather. Not bad traction for a rain start there, taking a very cautious approach to the turn, but then understeer a little bit into Dan the Snake. He'll not be having a fantastic race, due mainly to me, unfortunately. That was one collision that possibly was more my fault than anyone else's. And here into this hairpin, it was so treacherous. Defiant going a bit deep there and giving us P4. And this was as high as we were for the rest of the race. Iceman here going down the inside, and wasn't quite able to manage an overtake. It did have a flicker of lag there, so that wasn't too encouraging, but there was no collision, so that was good. But what was incredible was this overtake by Iceman. I've never seen something like it. Have you seen anyone overtake around the outside of Degner 1? Holy crap, nice move, dude. And I was actually so scared about that, but I ended up going off. And this started a bit of a chain reaction. of having crap on my tyres, not approaching this corner at the speed that I should be, and then for braking a bit too late, and just locked up and went straight into down the stake. I have never made that sort of mistake before, crashing someone off like that. I'm so sorry. I was actually beside myself at the time, wondering what the hell happened. Luckily for you guys, I'll be practicing before these races. I didn't actually know we were doing Suzuka, so that's possibly why I wasn't aware that corner I need to be more cautious at. Anyhow, you'll see that other people have some problems there as well, as we attempt to make our way back through the field, and almost a problem there. But let's go towards this corner again and we'll see if we can make it this time. No, I made the same mistake again. And, oh! 2 other people again, so maybe I can forgive myself a bit there. Anyhow, my footage did not continue much longer, so I'll see you guys next week for the real thing. I've been Jacko, see you then.